Good evening, everyone. We will begin the evening service of the Miroku Association headquarters, expressing our gratitude to God and Meishu-sama for the permission and protection granted us while participating today in God's divine plan of constructing a paradise on this earth. Amatsu-Norito, Prayer of Heaven, followed by, please stand. Kamahara ni kamsumarimasu, kamuro ni kamuro mino mikoto mochite, sume ni hoya kamu izanagi no kushi no imukano Tanano Odono Ahagi Harani Misogi Harai Tamo Seru Harai Dono Kamitachi Moro Moro no Magakuto Tsumike Gare Marai tamae kiyome tamae tomao sukoto no yoshio amatsu kami kunitsu kami yao yorosu no kami tachi tomo ni ame no Uchigoma no mimi furita tete kikoshime seto kashigomi momausu Miroku o mikami mamori tamae sakimae tamae Miroku o mikami mamori tamae sakimae tamae Oshie miyoya nushi no kami mamori tamae sakimae tamae Oshie miyoya nushi no kami mamori tamae sakimae tamae Kannagara tamachi haemase Kannagara tamachi haemase Great God of light, creator and giver of all life, in accordance with your divine will, the long age of night draws to an end. Your radiant divine light, shining ever more brilliantly, the dawn of the glorious age of light, a time long awaited by all humanity. We thank you for guiding us to your divine plan and for the privilege of channeling and receiving Johrei. May our spirits' lives be illuminated and purified as we read your truths given to us by Meishu-sama. Make us pure and effective instruments of your divine light, so that we may serve you and all those with whom we come in contact. May with health, peace, and prosperity in our lives. Great God of light, bless us, radiate our souls with your divine light, so that we may truly become instruments of your great plan. Please be seated. We will now receive group Johrei.
Obrigado, Miroku. Grazie.
Johrei is now concluded. Let us now listen to a reading from Meishu-sama's teachings. The light of wisdom. Let us walk the dark path safely and serenely, guided by God's teachings, leaning upon the staff of love. In the age of light, those who show true wisdom and who radiate great love will gain their rightful place in this world. Faith brings true wisdom and develops one's awareness. Only with true wisdom can we appreciate the boundless blessings of God. Positive wisdom, based on love of God, is deep and firmly rooted, while negative wisdom, or tuning based on love of self, is shallow and weak. Only true wisdom can produce real success and lasting happiness. And the stronger someone's faith and devotion are, the deeper that person's wisdom becomes. Even learned individuals often find it necessary to struggle to produce an answer to the simplest kind of problem. Their inability to clarify their thoughts and ideas in a constructive way shows how clouded their minds must be. Thus, how lacking they are in true wisdom. Also, many in authority are often short-sighted, thinking only of the present and dealing with problems only after they arise, a measure that is quite ineffective.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining the Miroku Association headquarters evening service. Thank you also for joining us in prayer and peace. This evening, I want to share with you the faith experience of Estevan Torres Siqueira from the Gama Johrei Center, Brasilia, Brazil. 2 years ago, Esteban was using medication for problems she was having with her esophagus, stomach, and spine. She was enduring significant pain and had to go to the hospital at least twice a week. Left her very weak both physically and emotionally. Sadly, she was experiencing frequent panic attacks, cried a lot, felt shortness of breath, and thought at any moment she was going to die. Esteban avoided socializing with people, had no desire to eat or even to take a shower. She made an appointment with a psychiatrist who prescribed medication for her depression. With the onset of the pandemic, her distressing symptoms intensified even further due to the atmosphere of fear and insecurity that enveloped everyone. In April, Esteban's uncle said that he had a friend who performed a prayer which consisted of laying on hands, and asked if she would like to try it. She readily accepted and headed to his house. Her uncle's friend's wife explained to Esteban about Johrei in our church. After this one visit, she was feeling much lighter and happier. Indeed, these were feelings she had not experienced in a very long time. The friend invited Esteban to visit the Johrei Center. She was introduced to the minister and started to visit the center daily, where she regularly received Johrei and participated in cleaning activities. As a result, her discouragement anxiety attacks, stomach and back pain were greatly reduced, and so she was able to lessen her intake of medications. Stefan took classes studying about our basic principles and learned of such things as the purification process, our relationship with ancestors, and much more. She came to understand the light of Johrei in her concern for cleansing her spiritual body, as well as elevating the level of her ancestors residing in the spiritual realm. Consequently, her health condition was getting better and better. Deep gratitude for the blessings she was receiving, Esteban determined that she wanted to provide the same benefit to others. Thus, in May of 2020, she was blessed to receive the sacred focal point, or Hikari. Esteban currently no longer takes any medication. The pains that had tormented her so much have cleared, and symptoms of depression have given way to days filled with gratitude and happiness. Esteban gives service once a week at the Johrei Center, participates in monthly services, in addition to Johrei gatherings held in the homes of members in her neighborhood, and seeks to spread the light of Johrei amongst friends and family. Esteban is very thankful to God and Meishu-sama for allowing her to become a useful instrument in helping people overcome their physical and spiritual illnesses. Thank you very much for listening to this faith experience, for joining us in this evening service. I wish you a wonderful evening.
This brings to a conclusion our evening service. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Wish you a very blessed evening.